Hey, all. I have one for you that is original story and it has three updates. Not sure if they'll all be in one video or split up, but I do want to give a trigger warning because this does talk about loss of pregnancy, among other things. So if that is something that is more than you can handle, by all means, please roll by and we'll see you in the next story. Am I the asshole for calling my husband a disgrace after he said my miscarriage ruined his birthday? I miscarried yesterday afternoon at around noon. I've never had a miscarriage before, and this baby was so wished for, so it's all so fresh, and I'm sobbing right now. I apologize in advance if it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. My husband turned 27 yesterday. I am 26. I was pregnant with my husband and mine's second child. Yesterday, I was 8 weeks pregnant. The day before yesterday, we saw a beautiful heartbeat flicking on the screen, and today I'm devastated. I was playing with our 2 year old when I felt a pressure in my lower abdomen. Not long later, I noticed bleeding and I let my husband know immediately that I had discomfort and needed to go to the hospital. Before long, I had passed what I believe is the fetus and I messaged him. I think I lost the baby. I wanted to keep him updated and I guess I was seeking some kind of emotional support. I asked if he could come home and he said, of course, if it's urgent. I said, I think it is because the pain and bleeding is getting worse and I'm starting to feel lightheaded and our 2 year old is unattended in his playroom right now. We have no friends or family near that I could call who would get to us quicker than he could. I had to clean myself up, crawl downstairs to take paracetamol. I'm probably enunciating that wrong. Make my son his lunch and then put him down for the nap. At this point, my husband still isn't home. He was working approximately 30 minutes away, and it took closer to an hour for him to get to the house. Hours later, when I asked, it was because he stopped at Tesco to pick up some beer. I ended up very poorly, losing lots of blood, lightheaded, vomiting, etc. And he had to take me to the emergency room. By the time I was just discharged, it was almost 8 at night. Last week, I had said I'd make him his favorite dinner for his birthday, which he reminded me of when we were almost home. I said I wasn't feeling up to it and that whatever takeaways he wants, it's on me. He said, for fuck's sake, under his breath, and then muttered something along the lines of, this bullshit has ruined my birthday. He didn't stop to get any fast food. He just drove straight home. He put our son to bed and I went to bed, and I'm not sure what he did after. I didn't see him this morning as he had already left for work. He's not messaged me all day and he got home a few hours ago. Now it's 8:40 p.m. and he's been giving me the silent treatment. I tried to speak to him about an hour or so ago and he ignored me and I called him a disgrace. He slammed the bedroom door and locked me out of the bedroom. His mom has since messaged me and said I need to be patient as he's also had a loss. She didn't ask how I was or anything. He's obviously speaking to his mother, but why isn't he opening up and speaking to me? She said I was harsh. I'm feeling utterly emotionally neglected right now. My body has been through emotional and physical hell. I understand that my miscarriage came at a fucking inconvenient time for him, as it was his birthday and all. I'm not sure if it's the hormones making me crazy, but is it nuts to contemplate divorce? Am I the asshole for calling him a disgrace? So, before we get into any of the updates, let me rewind just a little bit. OP, I am telling you this as somebody who has had more than 14 miscarriages and a still life birth. Your mother in law is a fucking asshole. I'm sorry, I don't know any other way to say this. The fact that she would be messaging you to tell you that you're being harsh less than 24 hours after you lost a child is ridiculous. Absolutely unhinged ridiculous. There should have not been any comments about your husband to you. It should have been, hon, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Is there anything I can do for you? Because she should know as a mother what that feeling would be of loss. Whether she's had a miscarriage or not, she's a mom. So she can put herself and imagine, oh my God, what that would feel like for you. And she didn't. Instead, she wanted you to have understanding for your husband. Now, understand this. He does deserve understanding. It is a loss, period. But It is not an excuse for bad behavior. Him giving you the silent treatment because your miscarriage messed up his birthday dinner that he expected you to cook for him, that is absolutely disgusting behavior. Period. You have a husband problem. You absolutely have a husband problem because your husband can only see himself. The fact that you told him you were in the middle of a miscarriage and it took him twice as long to get to you to even get you to the hospital, then wants to make a comment on the way home from the hospital hours later after you've just found out for sure that you've lost the child. He wants to make comments about you making his birthday dinner. Disgusting. And then he locks you out of the bedroom. You're the one that needs to be recovering right now. So, ma'am, I am going to tell you that you're not a disgrace for calling him that because he is a disgrace for how he's acting. He's allowed to have his feelings, he's allowed to work through his feelings, but it's not at the cost of yours, the person that was actually housing said unit. There's no way that his tie was the same as yours. So the fact that he thinks his pain or that he should be allowed to act like an asshole due to that pain to the person he claims he loves, no, 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 you're not the asshole. Next video, we'll do the updates.